Good afternoon, everybody. So, doing 2 videos today. Just uploading one of them right now. So right now, I'm going to do a mail review, but I'm going to do that in a few minutes. I have to check and see if it's okay for dogs to go back outside. Because here's the story about this. Okay, so, and I'm probably going to call it Loose Dogs for this video. Story is, so I was doing my usual routine of taking Dogsy out for a nice, awesome walk down the bridge, and we don't go that far, and we just go from the bridge and back to our house. When we were heading back, I saw, not her, because if it was her, then it would be 10 times the trouble. I saw 2 dogs running loose. It was a black lab, and I forgot what the other one was. But they had it out somebody's property. And we're chasing cars down the street and stuff, which is really dangerous for a dog to do, not a car, but a dog. Because one of my neighbors down here, I think it's the one that owns the white dog over there. I have no idea what kind of dog that is, but you know that it's pretty. And they rescued it from the street, so that's a good thing. They used to have, I'm still looking for dogs, by the way. They used to have a Chihuahua, and it's before they even put up a fence for the other one. But they used to have a Chihuahua who would run around the streets. Now, you think my dog is bad? Because, okay, Dogsy rarely gets out of the house. And is always with a leash for her walks. But when my niece and nephew is here, she always tries to escape the house, which she doesn't go that far. Like, she goes from this street to the next. And I try to... Anyway, she's a mess with other dogs. But, their Chihuahua, Chihuahua was more of a mess than my dog, because I think it was a he. Yeah, it was a he. He would think that this whole neighborhood was his, that he actually owns the whole neighborhood. He would run up and down the street and chase cars, to the point where he almost like bite the tires out. And Dogsy used to do that. That was when we first got her. She was still like a rebel. She's still a rebel, but at least she's getting control of that rebelness. But this Chihuahua, he would run up and down the street, chasing cars after cars beyond his property line, and I think he went to the dog pound one day, and then when the dog pound people were trying to find him the second time, I think, he was somehow went from this street to this side of the freeway, all the way to the next side of the freeway, all the way across the freeway over there. And I have no idea how he did it, but he did it. So that's one weird story. But on to the other 2 dogs. So I already checked it around the street, and the coast is clear, so that's good. That's good to know, because, please people, I know this is an awesome experience I kind of had, but it was a scary one at the most. And I even told my mom, I said I should have video recorded it, because it was kind of like an adventure, but it's a scary adventure, no, nevertheless, you know. So make sure that if you do have dogs, make sure that they are kept nicely. Put them in the house when it's like too hot for them or something like that. And make sure if they do get out of your property line that they do have collars and tags. So you won't be like, oh, where did my dog go? Well, you know what? I have no idea where your dog went. Because it could be anything. Like, it could be my dog that happened to this. Because I did do a backstory of Dogsy. I forgot if it was for this channel or the next. That I did say that she was what I call a semi... My mom says she's fully aggressive towards other dogs, but I say she's semi, because depending on the breed of the dog and I guess the color of the coating, I don't know. There are some dogs that she hates and there are some dogs that she likes. And when it comes to aggressive dogs, you know, it's kind of scary. But luckily she's okay. She's okay. She's looking at me right now, wondering why I'm outside and she's inside. But yeah, she's okay. But it was one of the scariest things I've ever had done. Not saying that I can't handle one stray dog, because I can only handle one stray dog. But two of them, not so much. Two of them was kind of scary. Because, you know, Dogsy knows that whatever I do with her is the best interest for her, you know? And if you kind of think about it, your dog looks up to you to figure out what to do next, you know? Definitely if they're overprotecting dogs. Overprotecting dogs, they will kind of figure out how your emotions are towards certain people, and trying to figure out what to do in certain types of situations, because that's totally like dogs do. But in this situation, she didn't really care what we were going to be doing, because as long as she gets to stay outside longer, it's good for her. Definitely if she had to run, that's also good for her, and she doesn't mind. So we're heading back to the house, and I was trying to figure out what kind of way to bring Dogsy back inside. Well, number one thing that I did do is, number one, I took hold of her collar and her leash, and told her to stay with me, which she did, even though she tried to run. But you know, she was a good girl, and she knows that to listen to me and figure out what to do next. Well, they were still down the street, and I couldn't figure out where they were heading. I already lost the second dog. The first dog was in my neighbor's yard, and then I said, well, you know, there's no way I can actually bring her inside without the other dog seeing her. So I decided to take her down further to like the second block, and then the reason I did that is because the black dog decided to come towards our yard, which was scary. So I decided to run just in case she, I have no idea what kind of gender it was, but made sure that there's some distance between my dog to the stray dog. Because with stray dogs, you don't really know. Aggressives, you kind of know their standpoint. But with stray dogs, you have no idea. You know, because with stray dogs, if they see other dogs, they might want to follow it. You know, and then right there leads up to an aggressive dog who probably has no idea where this stray dog came from. and all they know is, all probably Dogsy will know is that I might get attacked by this dog or something like that and try to protect me, you know? And within that, you get a dog fight where I can't do anything about that because I never broken up a dog fight before, and I don't want to. Well, I do if it comes to that point, but I don't have the experience to do it. But yeah, you get one. So I walked all the way to the next block. Actually, even ran to the next block and just stood there trying to see if I can see him coming out or anything. He didn't. And then I thought the coast was clear because, you know, he might went the other way instead of heading towards the freeway. So I decided to take Dogsy back inside. I tried to get her to go through the backyard, but she didn't want to, so I don't blame her. There's stickers all over the place. So, long story short, she is back in the house. It took me forever to take her back in, but yeah, it's one of those scary moments that I don't want to do ever again, but usually I have to because around my area there are a lot of stray dogs out there, and mostly the stray dogs is because of, well, I think it's because of one thing is of how many homeless people we have around here. And usually they do have dogs, so, but I think it's mostly because of people not keeping their dogs on leash or in closed areas or at their house. That could be the thing. Because with homeless people, what I've seen is, okay, we don't have a lot of homeless people around here, even though we're close to Fort Worth, but, you know, there's not a lot around this area, but if I do see homeless people, they usually have 1 or 2 dogs, and they are actually obedient and actually stay with them, and so, yeah. But anyway, it was one of those scary experiences that I had, and, so, yeah. But Dogsy didn't care, she didn't mind, I mean, I don't know what she thought. She probably thought, you know, yeah, I could just stay longer outside, it won't be short, and plus we get to run, that's awesome, you know? It's one of those things. Anyway, so, that's what I have for you right now. I might be uploading this video soon, and be uploading my mail soon. So, see you guys later, and have a wonderful adventure, and thanks for liking and subscribing, and if you're new here, please like, subscribe, and share, and press the bell icon for notifications of every single time I upload, which is not really that much, but I try to, and yeah, see you guys around.